glance, Donna Red Wing doesn't look all that dangerous. She grew up in Worcester, Massachusetts in a housing project, and at the age of 13, she began asking questions about why so many boys from her neighborhood were being shipped off to Vietnam. At a draft resistors bureau, Donna found kindred spirits, learned to stuff envelopes, and launched a lifetime of activism. In the 80s, Donna was offered a job as executive director of a lesbian organization in Oregon. The group was smart, dedicated, and fun. To Donna, it seemed like lesbian Disney World. What could possibly go wrong?
About 2 weeks into the job, the radical religious right basically declared war and decided to try to pass an amendment that would have opened up the Constitution of Oregon to declare that gay men and lesbians were wrong, abnormal, and perverse. That it would open up the Constitution to create a second-class citizenship for those who were LGBT. Well, back then it was just lesbian and gay. Nobody talked about bisexual and transgender. So 2 weeks into lesbian Disney World, we were hit with this, and it was a war. It was 2 years of extraordinary violence. People were murdered. Churches were burned. There were almost 1,900 acts of violence in 1 year in Oregon against LGBT people. And so I feel like that's where I was radicalized.
In the decades that followed, Donna traveled the country fighting for human rights. In 2003, she was in Iowa with Howard Dean. She was one of the few openly LGBT members of any presidential campaign, prompting an interview by a reporter with the Des Moines Register.
He also called those who would be seen as my opponents, and one of them was the Christian Coalition. And he asked what they thought of me, and their response was, I was the most dangerous woman in America. That's going on my tombstone. I hope you know that. That's, it's the best thing they could have done for me. In a subsequent conversation with some conservatives, because I do try to talk to conservatives, someone said to me, look, Donna, you're a good activist and organizer, but what's dangerous about you is that you put a face and a voice and a story to what we have to think about when we think about LGBT people. And one of them said, if you were my neighbor, I know you'd feed my cat and water my plants. I hate that about you because now I can't hate you. So maybe that's the danger, right? I like that.
Donna has an astonishing ability to connect with the humanity of people who want to demonize her. People like Bob Vanderplatz, president and CEO of Family Leader, a conservative political group in Iowa.
A friend of mine had died, and I wanted to honor her. She was all about reconciliation, and I thought, what could I do? So I reached out to him and never thought he'd say yes. Asked if he would meet with me, and we've been meeting now for over 3 years. Every month or so, we have coffee. We have found common ground. There are things we can work on together, and we can disagree without hurting each other. And I think that's important.
During the Obama campaign, Donna served on the kitchen cabinet on LGBT concerns. And under the new administration, I asked her, what's the most important work we need to be doing right now?
We have to organize, and we have to organize in a way that takes that extraordinary passion, that energy that's palpable, and directs it, laser beam directs it, in my opinion, against this administration and against all the things that they're doing.
A lot has changed since the Christian Coalition called you the most dangerous woman in America. Donna, are you still dangerous?
Oh, yeah. I'm an old, pissed off lesbian. I don't think there's anything more dangerous than that.
This is Karen McCann saying stay tuned because we're just getting started.